Today I'm going to be breaking down a hilarious game of chess I had that took 99 moves because bro could not figure out how to checkmate me. This is a 1v1 against my guy Charlie, so let's get to it. So, he starts with the queen's pawn opening, and then I want to go for the Caro-Kann. So, moves out his other pawn. I push my pawn on the d file. He sends in the bishop, which is an inaccuracy. It gives away a free pawn, which we do take. Now he pushes up his other pawn on the d file, which we will then take, which is somehow a great move. It seems like a pretty obvious move to me. But let's go, we'll take it. So, Charlie decides to send in his knight, which is the best move. And we move the bishop, which is our first, not an inaccuracy, but only a good move. What we should do is get his bishop up out of there, but we did not see that move. So, he sends in his bishop, decides to attack the king, which is one of the best moves for him, an excellent move. So we just protect with the knight. He decides to take the knight, and we take back with the pawn. So next, Charlie pushes up his knight because I believe he is looking to castle here. And then we just push his bishop. That's not the best move. What we should do is push it with this pawn. But it is what it is. So he backs up his bishop. We send out our knight, looking to get some development going. And Charlie decides to castle, which is one of the best moves. So we move the bishop, pinning the knight to the queen. Some high level stuff. I don't know if it's high level. I'm 800 elo. What am I talking about? So he protects with the pawn, and then we make a pretty bad move here. We move back the bishop. Questionable move. I don't know how I didn't see it. I should just take with the pawn. Because what's he going to do? You take with this pawn? Your king is just sat there with no pawn in front of him. So I made a mistake. Should not have sent the bishop back. So he takes the pawn. We take with our pawn. Now queens are traded off of the board, but I still have a huge advantage. I mean 2.1. Like, come on, man. I should be able to win this game. So, Charlie next moves back his bishop, which reveals an attack on the bishop from his rook. And then I push up the pawn to defend my bishop. Easy counterplay from me. So, Charlie pushes his pawn on the A file. Interesting move, a fair move, I suppose. And now, bam, we put his king in check. So that's what I wanted to do. Develop the bishop, get the king in check, then I'm able to castle. So he has to move his king over. We are going to go castle. Best move there, protect the king, you know what I'm saying? Get him out of harm's way. So Charlie decides to push his pawn on the H file, which is the strongest option. At the time I was kind of clowning him. I'm like, what does that help? But it is a good move. Maybe stops bishop attacks. So we push our pawn. It says I expose an attack threatening to win a pawn. Yes, sir. Are we attacking here? Which pawn? Oh, I'm winning this pawn. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So we push up this pawn. I'm dumb, bro. The analysis knows more than me about chess. I'm being honest. So a fine move from Charlie. We send in the bishop. Because I see, this pawn is just chilling there. We might as well send in the bishop. Now he protects with his knight. That works fine. So whatever, he is protecting his pawn. So what can we do about it? We send in the rook, which takes it to the 7th rank, which is a powerful move. It is an excellent move. What I'm actually supposed to do is move this knight, get some kind of development going. So anyway, he activates his rook off the starting square. We push the pawn, which is a mistake. Well, we are in a lot of trouble here. Should not have done that. Should have moved in the knight. So, bam. He takes the pawn. And then we sack the rook. I don't know why. I didn't even see it. I'm just pretty bad. I think, what is my best move here? So, he goes there. We sack the bishop. What I should do is send in this knight. Come on, let's put some pressure on this knight. Let's get something going. So, yeah, we just sack the rook. Of course, he finds it. Rook free for the taking. But you know what? I don't give up, bro. We're not backing down. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try and find a way to win this stinking game of chess. We literally do not care. So, let's move back this bishop. You know what I'm saying? Attack the knight over there. We got two bishops. The two Bs, pointed at the king low-key. So, Charlie pushes his pawn, which is a good move. We send in the bishop. So, a bit of a trade bishop for a knight. Maybe I shouldn't do that, especially since I'm down a little material. Probably shouldn't be trading. But there we go. Looking for a bit of a fork here. We attack the knight and we attack the pawn. So what will he do? He sends in the bishop and we get a free pawn. So there we go. But still, white is up 3.4. I mean, a crazy swing when I sacrifice a rook, which makes perfect sense. I mean, a rook is worth 5 points of material. But dang, dude. I mean, they don't know. Charlie's not the best at the game, though. That's a problem, though. I don't think the meter takes into account, like, the quality of the players. Anyway, enough roasting him. So he wants to trade knights. We decide to trade knights. He sends in the rook. I move the bishop back because at this point it's like, wait, he has 2 rooks and a bishop. Do I want to trade pieces? Probably not. So he pushes up his pawn. We outnumber him in pawn, so that would be our route to victory. But we were just down too much on the meter. So move over the rook. I'm looking to protect this pawn here. He wants a bishop trade. We decide to protect with the pawn. He sends in the rook. And he just has too much material because we're pushing up this. You know what I'm saying? We got the bishop, 2 pawns, and now he sends in the rook. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Now, I try to activate the rook. I'm like, you know what? Let me put him in check. Can I get a perpetual check? That's probably a dumb move. Somehow it's good. I guess I'm supposed to go here, so that way I can, like, protect the bishop and the pawn, and we just, like, camp as long as we can. But, wrong idea for me. So he just takes the bishop. I'll put him in check, which is not the best move. What I should do is attack the bishop, but it is what it is. So he gets his king out of the way, and there's really, like, no follow-ups for me. He just wins a free pawn on the 5th rank. And we are completely cooked on the meter. I mean, this should be a free win for Charlie, absolutely. So we push up our pawn. A fine move. I mean, there's really no great moves for me at this point. We are just so out-materialed right now. So completely cooked. So he moves his rook. I move the pawn. I'm surprised he didn't take yet, because I would just take, and that basically gets my rook off the board, and that's an easy W. So Charlie instead waits and decides to attack my rook with a bishop. We push it over there, attacking his bishop. He moves up his rook. It allows the opponent to win a bishop. What's the best move? Oh, go to a queen? Wait a minute. What? That wins a bishop? How? Oh, he takes, and then I just take the bishop. I suppose we're basically trading a pawn for a bishop, so whatever. He moves out his king. We push up our pawn here. Fine move. He attacks, and bam! We get a bit of a fork, so we got to move his king up out of the way. But the best move for him is to back up his king. So anyway, we take the bishop. He takes. Now he's up 2 rooks to 1 rook. I might be completely cooked, but this game is about to go crazy. So we take a pawn. Moves up his rook. I didn't want to trade, so I went for a bit of an X-ray attack, but that doesn't do too much. So I'm just perpetually checking his king. We push up the pawn. Not the best move, so I'm supposed to check him here, because I still outnumber him pawns, but 2 rooks to 1 rook. I'm pretty much cooked if he knows what he's doing. So anyway, we end up in this position. His king has an escape. Then I decided to just attack, which I probably shouldn't have done. I guess I'm supposed to save the rook, but I'm like, yo, this dude kind of bad at chess. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 rook, 1 pawn versus 4 pawns. I feel good. Like, I feel like I could low-key get a pawn down the board for some reason. But let's see what happens here. So we push up this pawn. He's able to take a free pawn. Apparently, I'm not supposed to do that. That's going to cause some trouble for me. I'm supposed to back up the king, but I'm not the best at in-game. So an inaccuracy by him. He allows me to create a pass pawn, which we do. But then he sends in the rook, which is a fine move. What he's supposed to do is just back up the king. But either way, we're completely cooked. We're just down so much material. So another bad move by me that hurts my chances. Guess I'm supposed to move the king back here. It's all positioning based, which is stuff I gotta learn. So anyway, he takes a pawn. Apparently it's a miss. I thought it was a fine move. Take the pawn. No, he's supposed to move the king there. I guess double attack the pawn. So takes the pawn. We push our pawn. It is a mistake. But then another mistake for him. So this is just some standard 800 elo chess. We don't know what we're doing. We genuinely have no clue. So I move the king. He moves the rook back. I have to back up. He gets the king there. I'm protecting the pawn, and that is a miss by him. What he should do is move the rook here, but I thought it was a fine move because I had to back up. He has to take, and now bam, we have a king and a rook. We are on move 57 of a 99 move game because this dude cannot figure out how to checkmate me. Just take a look at this. I just realized, like, look, if I don't go to the corner, I don't think he can checkmate me. And there are some blunders by me, like coming up right here. It says my opponent was better off, but now they have a winning advantage. Like, they should be able to checkmate me. Like, here, we'll show the moves. Well, there's way too many moves. Like, bro, why are there like 8 moves? But this is how they're supposed to do it. It's just, come on, get the king to the corner. This is how Charlie could have checkmated me, but he don't know how to do that. He don't know how to do that. That's not happening. So we're just going to keep on going. Move after move after move, and I'm just like, you know what, let me just try and get my king to the middle of the board as much as possible. Because bro cannot checkmate me. He's not good enough at the game, bro. It is a skill issue. I mean, what is he doing? Just trying everything, but like actually like understanding you got to get me to the corner. So I'm like, look, I'm chilling in the middle of the board. Now apparently I have like blunders and stuff. Like he has a winning advantage. We can show the moves again. You know what I'm saying? He's like 20 moves from a checkmate. You just got to get the king to the corner. But he does not seem to know how to do that. See, there we go. My king would be completely cooked. He just got to get his king in front of mine. You know what I'm saying? Send it in the rook. And with enough moves, I am done for. But he does not see it. So, boom. Moves the rook there. I take my king there. And watch this. Watch this. Boom. Oh, my goodness, bro. We are now exactly 50-50. And I'll move 99. I take the rook and it ends in a draw. So that is the 99 move game against Checkdown Charlie. That's why he's not named Checkmate Charlie. But if you enjoyed, like and sub and stay joyful.